Hello, it's Mystic John, and today we're introducing a topic of the day. And today's topic is creative ways of using tarot cards for self-reflection. You know, those things that we try to do to look back and see what we've missed in our life, or what we're missing, what could we acknowledge that we need to change and reflect on. And that's what we're going to discuss now. So I guess the first point is, what are we trying to understand? We're trying to understand, could the spirit realm be able to tell us things that we need to know, that we could change or could improve personally by helping us understand them by using tarot cards? And how could we act using tarot cards as the medium between ourselves and the spirit realm? So I guess what I'm trying to say is the spirit realm could use tarot cards as pointers, as guidance to ourselves on so many different aspects: physical aspects, emotional aspects, your course of life, your directions, your choices that you have made and are making at the minute, of your friends and the environment that you're living in. And it could help us to understand the things that we've done or are doing at the minute that we could change or should be doing slightly different. Now, doing tarot cards online, I've met a lot of people coming in asking for guidance, asking for a little bit of what's happening and what's going to happen and what should I do different, and trying to help them reflect on what they've been doing and whether it's been right, whether their environments are right, and whether the people around them are right. And the problem is, how do you overcome prejudice? How do you overcome preconceived ideas? You need to be able to overcome these things. You need to be able to almost meditate, relax, and throw off those prejudices, throw off those preconceived ideas, open yourself to new ideas, and open yourself to the fact that you actually may be wrong, or you may be doing the wrong thing. It's always easy to comment on someone else, isn't it, and say that someone else is doing something wrong. But is it as easy to comment on ourselves and say, I'm doing something wrong? Usually not. We don't want to admit it, do we? We need to be able to do that. And that's the big challenge here. We can ask the spirit world to give us pointers. However, unfortunately, it's down to ourselves to be able to open ourselves up and throw away these preconceived ideas and accept that they may just have a point and they may be right. So first of all, let's look at how we actually do this with cards. There are different sets of cards, different packs of cards. Here I've got the Gilded Tarot, and I've also got the Thoth Tarot on here. Of course, they're totally different. You can get ones with more detail in them, less detail in them. For instance, in this one, we have the Ace of Pentacles. There's trees in the background on this one. That's thought. That's a very planned out thought, but it gets very, very detailed. You think things out in detail. There's weeds on the bottom. Don't stand around too long here, because the weeds will grab your feet and you need to move on quickly. Whether it be an idea or physical thought or friends. We've got a weasel. We've got a weasel around there. We've got a little weasel in the corner. So there's lots of detail in some of these cards, and you have to try and work out how they fit together, which will be the next bit. This is the other card. This is from the Aleister Crowley's Thoth Tarot. As you can see, lots of little there's lots of little blasts of thought. It's all these little lines of thought. Quite intricate thoughts, but there's lots of thoughts in here. There's lots of different star shapes in there. Probably a good 12, 13 different star shapes in there, but they're all very, very complicated and lots of little, so you're making a lot out of a little bit, a little tiny idea, and you're overthinking each single little idea. And you can see how the different card packs can be different. Equally, you can read them differently as well, and it's up to you how you do it. With your guide, you'll work out whether you read it. For instance, the best idea, one of the two main ideas that we come across is the spread of 3. I use a spread of 3 as in 3 cards will give me a circumstance at that point in time, whether we're looking this week, next week, or over the full year. The full picture is in those 3. However, some people go past, present, future. So the left-hand card is the past. The central one is what's happening at that point in time, and then the one on the right is where that circumstance is leading to at that point in time. So that's the 2 ways that we read 3 card layout. There's also different things, like there's Celtic Cross, there's lots of different formats of how you put them down. You don't always put them down in 3s, you can put them down as a Celtic Cross, and you can look those up in various places online, in books, and each one will give you a different type of blend of what you're looking for, whether you're looking for mental type things, whether you're looking for your pot of gold or your loved one. Each one tends to be concentrating on one type of aspect of your daily life. So you can choose depending on what it is you're trying to look at. Are you looking at your environment? Are you looking at your friends? Are you looking at your wealth and how you're trying to develop yourself as a person and a human? You choose which spread is best for you for what you're trying to look for, and then you can move on. And these little ideas at the bottom, for instance, if I put a 3 down, and I've already mentioned this in my previous video on the more detailed way of reading tarot cards. If you've got 3 with weeds on, for instance, or 2 with weeds on out of 3, I'll be thinking my guide is trying to push that idea of weeds. There's a lot of weeds in here. Or there's flowers, bloomed flowers. Things are blooming. Things are growing really well. Or, they're not quite ready yet. We've got flowers, but they're not blooming. They're little budded flowers on all 3 of the 3 cards. And I would be saying, we don't pick this idea yet. It's still in the planning stage. We're not quite. We're not quite fully bloomed with this thought or idea or friend or whatever it is we're trying to get from the spirit world. So it's a very difficult way sometimes, but I do suggest you look at the previous video, which does tell you a little bit more detail on how to read tarot cards. Very good, and that should give you a little bit of guidance. It allows you to be more creative, and that's what we're looking at. Look at what sort of things are we going to try and ask the spirit world today? Where do we want guidance in our life? And then we'll choose a spread, choose a pack, and the guide will help you which pack. It'll probably guide you on which spread you do as well. And you'll sit there and you'll start your reading, and you'll look at what I've just been showing you, the little icons and little animals and the weeds and the trees, and you'll have an idea there of what he's trying to say is it has been happening and is happening at the present time, and where you need to be going in the future, because unfortunately, he may see that you're going in the wrong direction. Don't always work. One of the other issues and challenges is a lot of spirit realm guides don't like to read yourself. Future-wise, what they will do though is give you an idea of where you're going wrong and what you're doing wrong at the minute, and how you should be changing that in the very near future, because that's not fortune telling, which they're not allowed to do for you as a person. But what they can do is give you guidance on what you have done wrong, what you are doing wrong, and how you need to change it in the very near future. So that is allowed. So that's a good point. The spirit realm cannot give you your future. Don't try it. It won't work. So how does this really work? How has it worked for me? Now I know a friend, and he'd been single all the way through college, all the way through university, and really he was thinking, what am I doing wrong? What is it about me that just seems to throw women off? It's like I'm trying to get myself out there with different things and different clubs and different pubs and different activities, but it doesn't work at all. I never even had a chat with one, let alone go a date one. And of course, he's come out of university, and I've got a girlfriend. Was about to marry then, and who's died recently, and I thought, we'll give him some guidance. So I gave him some guidance. I gave him a spread on guidance on what he's doing wrong. What is it that he needs to do? And the guidance that came out was quite simple. Stop trying this. I tell you what, it's going to happen very soon. It's going to be a real accident, isn't it? And it's just going to happen without you even thinking about it. It's just at the point where you're really, really not thinking about this, bang, you find someone you marry. Yeah, shotgun wedding. That's all I'm going to say. But yeah, stop thinking about it. You stopped thinking about it. Shotgun wedding, bang, real accident. So I tell you what, yeah, absolutely does work. So just to recap then, what is it that we're trying to do? We're trying to get you to be able to use the cards, open up that line of thought between you and your guide, select a set of cards, select how you're going to read it by choosing a different layout or a different spread. Your guide will help you, and then you're going to try and get some sort of guidance on what's happening physically, emotionally, the direction, your choices, your friends, your environment. You can do this. You usually will select one or two of those, and we'll choose a spread that sort of matches a little bit more. For instance, your direction, your choices in life, or you'll choose the Celtic cross, for instance, for quick, easy, what's happening and what's happening now and what's going to happen and what should happen and how you need to approach it. So it's more directions and choices and things like that. Really, really help. Work out which one you're going to use. Work out which card decks, like you've seen, they're totally different. And then you're going to try and read them, but you're going to try and meditate, lay them out, and be open to the point that I said earlier, which is you've got to be open for these ideas. There's no use your guy giving you an idea and saying, "Well, that's a load of rubbish. I don't agree with that. I think things out very, very clearly. I don't think I'm overthinking things." You've got to be willing to accept it and move on. So that's the getting over the issue part, and then once you've decided that's what they're saying, you can then try and put that into practice within your life. Often we have to gently introduce it. I do say this because I think that gently introducing these changes means that you're more likely to keep on with them if you introduce the changes gently. If you change everything straight away, I've seen a lot of people tend to fall away after a few weeks, and it's just it was too much of a change. Gently change things, and then everything will gently get back to the way that your guide and the spirit realm would like you to do. So that's really a very good, very precise and quite in detail little video, I think. Please do like and subscribe. please do comment. I would love to know your thoughts, and I'd love to know how it helped you. If you've followed this and you've decided to go do it, revisit the video, give me a like, give me a subscribe, and actually comment on me. Tell me what happened. Tell me how it worked. If it didn't work, tell me it didn't work. But please do comment. Tell me if it did work, how it worked. If it didn't work, what didn't work, why we think it didn't work. And do like and subscribe. Mystic John Paranormal, over and out for one more video. Thank you very much.